93 everybody. Granny here, and I have a very important message for you today about perspective. A lot of the times when we have negative thoughts and feelings, it's because we've lost perspective on our own lives. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day rat race and just sort of lose track of yourself and what really matters and what's really worth worrying about and what's really important. There are a few ways that you can reclaim perspective. Travel helps a lot. Going to other parts of the world and seeing the way that other people live. Or you don't even have to go far. You can just talk to a friend. They might present a point of view on your situation that just lets you see things a little bit differently. An important anniversary can provide a dose of perspective. It just gives you a chance to sit back and say, wow, I've been doing this for however many years. And just lets you kind of think about it in a bit of a different light. But there is nothing that brings your life into perspective as clearly, sharply, and immediately as the sensation of poop in your pants. Let me tell you a story. I woke up in a bad mood that day. It was unusual because it was payday. I live paycheck to paycheck because I don't make very much money. Like a lot of people today, I really look forward to payday. When I wake up on payday, I'm generally feeling pretty good about everything. I have money. This is a big deal. This is one of those days where it didn't matter what condition my life was in, I was going to be in a bad mood. I could have woke up on a pile of money surrounded by Nobel Prizes and I would have complained. My money pile's lumpy. These award statues are too bright and shiny, they're reflecting the sun in my eyes. Can I please go 45 minutes without getting my dick sucked? For once? God, life sucks. Now this particular payday, I was on a tight budget, but I always make sure to treat myself with a little something. In this particular case, I wanted to go and get a bottle of really nice whiskey. I've been planning for this like for a couple weeks really beforehand, just thinking what I was going to get, how much I was going to spend exactly, how much could I afford to spend, and what would just make me feel the classiest to have around. Even though I had been looking forward to this, the walk to the store was not pleasant. I was anxious. I was worried about money, about my job, about the future of my education, about my writing career or lack thereof. I was asking questions like, where am I going to be in a year? Where am I going to be in 5 years? Shit, where am I going to be in 10 years? Those thoughts depressed me. But like a trooper, I went and I got the whiskey anyway. Now this wasn't an impulse buy. This was something that I had planned for and budgeted for, but I immediately regretted it the same way that you regret a bad decision impulse buy. I was like, oh, I can't really afford this right now. This is whiskey. Why am I spending money on whiskey? Like, what am I doing? Anyway, I just was very unhappy about getting the thing that I've been planning to get for, a while beforehand. Because I was feeling particularly nihilistic, I decided to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac and a chocolate milkshake. And I don't mind telling you, they went through me like a homemade bomb through the Canadian border. I sat down to eat my burger and drank my milkshake, immediately discovering that it was strawberry. This was a really big deal for me because I didn't feel like talking to anyone. I didn't want to interact with any other humans. I was this big, I probably sat there for like 5 or 6 minutes agonizing over the decision to go back up to the counter and tell them that they messed up my milkshake order. I really didn't want to do it. I was not in the mood whatsoever to even have that conversation. But strawberry? We ain't doing that. The guy was actually really nice. It turned out that I was worried for absolutely no reason. I finished my meal, if we can call it that, and headed back home. I had about a 45-minute walk ahead of me. 5 minutes into that 45-minute walk, I felt a rumbling in my stomach. Some of you might sense what's coming. I'll admit, it has something of the grim inevitability of Greek tragedy. I prepared myself for what I expected to be a massive fart. But it was more than a fart. I was then faced with the prospect of walking 40 minutes to my home with shorts that were basically full of poop. When I say full, I mean I had to walk really careful to keep it from spilling. I did not want to be the guy dropping shitballs from his pants at 2 in the afternoon. At least if it was like 2 in the morning, I wouldn't have been the only person walking down Queen Street with shit in their pants. But I wasn't sad. I was no longer thinking about a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. All my concerns about the future of my life and my career completely evaporated, as now the only thing important in my world was getting to a shower. The lesson I learned was an important one. Sometimes you think you have problems. Your problems are really a bunch of imaginations. I mean, they're things that we should think about. It's important to think about and plan for the future. It's important to take your own life seriously. It's important to make sure that you're making the kind of decisions that take you to the place you want to go in life. But you don't have to stress about it. At least there isn't shit in your pants. As I walked home that day, I had the biggest smile you could imagine on my face. I kept wanting to tell people why, but I knew that I shouldn't, because The bottom line is that I am a stronger and better person for having pooped myself that day. It was a zen moment. It was calming. I suddenly realized how little all the other things that were bothering me mattered. I think I grew a little. And I don't mean that having pooped my pants gave me a boner, because it didn't. I'd tell you if it did, trust me. And even though I did have a terrible accident in public in the daytime, I don't think that will really interfere with my life's real ambition. And that's to sleep in a pile of money surrounded by Nobel Prizes. Most important to me is the Nobel Peace Prize, which I will win before I die. Not because I want to be remembered for my humanitarian works, but because I want to go to parties and be a total douchebag about it. What? What's that? Oh, sorry. I didn't hear you over my Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I wear the statue around my neck like that. Yeah. I don't know why. It keeps me calm, I guess. Because it's, the Peace Prize. It's probably why it calms me. I think it also calms the people around me, too. I just like to bring hope, to the people. Yeah. You gotta admit, it's kind of a big deal. Kind of a really big deal. Yeah, it is a big deal. They don't just give these to anybody, What? Barack Obama? What'd he do? Oh, this is going right in the trash.